What if I told you Southeast Asia is the best place to travel as a family with kids and is cheaper than Disneyland? As a full-time travel family, we have been watching something really interesting kind of happen over this past year. Southeast Asia is blowing up like never before. And honestly, as parents traveling with kids, we totally get why. Let me share the biggest reasons families like ours are choosing Southeast Asia in 2025 and 2026. As full time family travelers, affordability absolutely matters. It's huge to many families. And Southeast Asia is literally one of the few places where you can still get beautiful places, great food, and fun experiences without having to stress about the money. You're going to get more values for your hotels. You're going to get bigger rooms in your accommodations. It's going to usually always include breakfast, and many, if not all places include pools, which is perfect for kids. Before we go on, if you enjoy our full-time family travel journey, hit that like button so that more traveling families can find us. So affordability is just one piece in this. What really won our hearts is something much deeper. As parents, nothing touches us more than when a culture loves kids. And in Southeast Asia, people smile at kids everywhere they go. We have been treated so generously and so kindly. Everybody really has like a friendly family first, kid first mentality and mindset, which really align with our values as well. It almost feels open doors from the moment you walk in with your family, and you really feel welcome. It's a very relaxed atmosphere, and it's truly really appreciated. It's like a breath of fresh air. When you feel that comfort in a place, safety naturally becomes part of the conversation, right? Honestly, we've never felt safer walking around places in Southeast Asia than in many other bigger travel destinations that we've explored, except for the monkeys, right? The monkeys still kind of put you on edge on the sidewalk because it's just not something we're used to. But honestly, getting back to the point, people look out for you here. Transportation is overall really easy, and everything is just, again, super family oriented. Apps like Grab, which is like your local Uber or your Bolt app, it's what they use here. It's just called Grab. It makes moving around with kids really simple. You can choose small, just regular cars. You can choose bigger vans if you need to for larger parties. And it has been extremely reliable, very quick, and a very fair price. And we've had no issues or complaints with them. We're very grateful for Grab here. It is something that you will absolutely, I'm sure, find yourself using when you come to Southeast Asia, specifically Malaysia, where we are right now. But again, it's very affordable, and it makes traveling and getting around super stress free. And speaking of easy, let's talk about one of our favorite things as a family: food. We are a family that loves good food. We are huge food lovers, and Southeast Asia is heaven. We actually learned the other day that Malaysia, we're in Penang. Penang is sort of the food capital for Malaysia. So I was like, that worked out swimmingly, right? There are plenty of dishes for adults and kids to enjoy. There's affordable meals, there's fresh fruit everywhere, there's smoothies, you have fun and colorful. It just, everything is so vibrant. The fruits are vibrant. Some of the buildings are vibrant. It's just a vibrant, colorful, welcoming feel. And for us, again, food is such a huge part. It brings joy to our traveling. And in Southeast Asia, it just nails it. And you know what pairs perfectly with good food? Amazing weather. Let's talk about the weather, because the weather here is phenomenal. It is December, so we're in like the 80s with, it's not rainy. We've kind of passed the rainy season, and it's not super humid. It is 80 every day. We're going to the pool, but we're not like sweating too terribly. Sometimes it gets a little warm in the apartment or our condo, whatever we're gonna call it, but they have ceiling fans everywhere, and there's air conditioning if we need to turn it on. It's been absolutely wonderful weather here in December. Anywhere from the warm beaches to the waterfalls and the nature parks, your kids can play outside here for hours. And if you are going to stay somewhere that's not in a hotel, they have many condos and apartments that have basketball courts, tennis courts, boxing, gym, There's swimming pools. Ours has 3, including a kids pool. There's a miniature golf course upstairs. We have everything at the tips of our fingers. There's so many accommodations. It is well thought through for families living. 24-hour security guards in the building if you need it. We love destinations where the outdoor becomes your playground and it's kind of woven in naturally to everyday life, and less indoor entertainment kind of needs to be had. So that means less TV time, less iPad time, and we're just spending time outside in nature, which also equals happier parents and happier kids when you're doing things together and spending that time together. But weather isn't the only thing that makes all of this exploring fun that seems to be exploding in Southeast Asia, right? As full-time travelers, we look at experiences that might be more meaningful and not just overpriced, right? You can do island hopping, you can go to the temples, you can take boat rides, you can go to the night markets, and they're all kid-friendly and budget-friendly, which is, I think, what plays into Southeast Asia blowing up, right? People are tired of, with all the rising costs, spending so much on everything. Sometimes we just want to break a vacation without feeling like people are going to go into debt and that you're spending a ton of money. This is somewhere that you can come, enjoy, learn, and you don't feel like you are spending every single life savings on your vacation, okay? You can say yes to more experiences without the added stress, and I think that that's a huge win for families, and that's also playing a part of Southeast Asia just really blowing up in 2025, and I think heading into 2026 as well. And honestly, what shocked us the most is that transportation, okay? It's a big deal when you're traveling full-time with kids. Transportation's always playing a part when you're traveling full-time like we are. Whether it's to and from the airports, whether it's to and from buildings, because, we're here for so long, we aren't necessarily staying in like the tourist area. We're staying a little outside. So not everything is going to be walkable. You need a transportation. And in Southeast Asia, it's surprisingly super easy to navigate. You got your cheap flights to and from other countries. You have your ferries and your trains and your Grab. Everything is super simple for transportation. It removes so much stress for many families, which makes your travel a lot more enjoyable when that's one less thing you have to overthink and prepare too much ahead of time. And so when you're putting all these pieces together, it's no surprise, right? Like really what's happening. What's happening is we're seeing many more families traveling throughout this region. And it's not just backpackers. It's not just luxury bloggers. It's not just digital nomads. It's real humans, real families like ours traveling, exploring with their children, okay? And that is where we're at. Families want welcoming cultures. Families want great food and warmth and above all safety and places their kids love and want to come back to and spend more time in. And I think Southeast Asia offers all of those things. And honestly, we think it deserves the hype that the internet is giving it, that these travelers and these bloggers and these vloggers are giving it. It truly deserves that hype. So wrapping this up, we love sharing our family's journey with you all. And Southeast Asia is definitely still in our radar for 2025 and 2026, which is quickly coming, okay? If you have traveled to Southeast Asia with kids and you've done it before, drop your favorite country down in the comments. I would love to hear from your experiences, and maybe there's something that we're missing that we should put on our bucket list while we're here, okay? So please share that. Let us know what was your favorite, which one was your least favorite, and put the why, okay? Because that part's important as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow along on our full-time travel journey around the world. And until next time, happy trekking!